What if I tell you that there was a time when people didn't know how to write? No notebooks, no books, no schools, not even cities as we know them today. Sounds unbelievable, right? लेकिन करीब 5000 साल पहले दुनिया का एक हिस्सा ऐसा ही फिर एक ऐसी सिविलाइजेशन आई जिसने ह्यूमैनिटी को दिया राइटिंग, ऑर्गेनाइज सिटीज, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, टैक्सेशन और अर्बन लाइफ का कॉन्सेप्ट. That civilization was Mesopotamia. Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn Beyond Your Limit. आज हम क्लास 11 हिस्ट्री चैप्टर फर्स्ट राइटिंग एंड सिटी लाइफ के सभी एनसीईआरटी क्वेश्चंस को इतने इजी तरीके से समझेंगे कि आपको आंसर्स रटने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. I will explain every answer with logic, examples and memory tricks. So let's begin our journey into the world's first cities. First question. Why do we say that natural fertility alone was not responsible for early urbanization? Imagine टू विलेजेस, दोनों के पास फर्टाइल लैंड है, दोनों के पास रिवर भी है, लेकिन सिर्फ एक विलेज सिटी बनता है. व्हाई? यही इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर है. स्टूडेंट्स अक्सर सोचते हैं मोर फर्टाइल लैंड मींस मोर सिटीज, बट हिस्ट्री सेज रॉन्ग. फर्टाइल लैंड गेव ओनली वन थिंग, फूड. लेकिन सिटी बनाने के लिए सिर्फ फूड काफी नहीं होता. मेसोपोटामिया हैड अ बिग प्रॉब्लम. द रिवर्स टिग्रिस एंड यूफ्रेट्स वर अनप्रेडिक्टेबल. कभी भयंकर फ्लड आते थे तो कभी बिल्कुल ड्राई. So people started building canals, embankments and irrigation systems. अब पानी कंट्रोल्ड होने लगे. फूड प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज हुआ. दिस क्रिएटेड समथिंग कॉल्ड एग्रीकल्चरल सरप्लस, यानी जरूरत से ज्यादा फूड. अब हर इंसान को फार्मिंग करने की जरूरत नहीं रही. Some people became potters, blacksmiths, weavers, merchants, priests, government officials. This is called division of labor. Trade expanded, administrations developed, taxes were collected, kings organized public works, and finally, small villages slowly transformed into organized cities. How can you remember it for exam? To remember it in a sequence: fertility, irrigation, surplus, division of labor, then trade, then cities. Question second. नेसेसरी कंडीशंस, कॉज एंड आउटकम. दिस क्वेश्चन लुक्स डिफिकल्ट, लेकिन एक्चुअली ये सबसे स्कोरिंग क्वेश्चन है. लेट्स सॉल्व इट वन बाय वन. फर्स्ट थिंग, हाईली प्रोडक्टिव एग्रीकल्चर. नेसेसरी कंडीशन क्यों? विदाउट सरप्लस फूड, नो क्राफ्ट्समैन, नो ट्रेडर्स, नो ऑफिशियल्स, नो सिटीज. सिंपल. वाटर ट्रांसपोर्ट, कॉज वॉज चीप एंड फास्ट. आज जैसे हाईवेज इंपॉर्टेंट है, वैसे उस समय रिवर्स हाईवेज ही थे. Trade increased, cities developed. Lack of metal and stone. What was the cause? Mesopotamia didn't have stone, no forest, very little metal, so people had to trade with distant regions. Need created trade and trade created cities. Division of labor. What was the outcome? जब food surplus हुआ, people specialized हुए. Someone made pottery, someone became a trader, someone became a priest, someone became a government officer. यही अर्बन सोसाइटी की बिगिनिंग थी. यूज ऑफ सील्स. यूज ऑफ सील्स का आउटकम क्या था? आज हम सिग्नेचर और क्यूआर कोड्स यूज करते हैं, उस समय सील्स यूज होती थी. ओनरशिप, ट्रेड, आइडेंटिफिकेशन, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, everything became organized. Military power of kings. Cause क्या है? Kings built canals, roads, temples, city walls and organized compulsory labor. Strong rulers made strong cities. Necessary question. Why were mobile animal herders not necessarily a threat? Imagine a city without milk, without wool, without meat. Impossible. यही काम करते थे मोबाइल herders. They supplied livestock and animal products. In return, they bought grains, tools, weapons, clothes, both dependent on each other. This is called economic interdependence. Yes, sometimes conflicts happened over grazing land, but some of the time, trade was more beneficial than fighting. Their movement also connected different regions. This increased commerce, and stronger trade meant stronger cities. Question 4. Why were early temples like houses? This is one of the easiest conceptual question. Mesopotamians believed God actually lived inside the temple. So naturally, temple looked like a house. It had rooms, courtyards, storage areas. Priests used to offer food, water, clothes every single day. Exactly the way a family served its respected member. Slowly, these temples became much more than religious places. They controlled land, stored grains, managed workers, collected resources, eventually growing into magnificent ziggurats. So remember, temple, is equal to religious plus economic plus administrative center. Question 5. Which institutions dependent upon the king? Without kings, ancient cities could not function properly. Kings organized irrigation projects, they built roads, walls, temples, palaces, they collected taxes, appointed officials, maintained law and order, created armies, they even organized compulsory labor for huge public works. The best example is the Code of Hammurabi, one of the world's earliest written law codes. Memory water, walls, wealth, weapons, workers. Everything depend upon the king. Question 6 and last. What do ancient stories tell us about Mesopotamia? History isn't learned only from monuments. Stories also tell history. The Epic of Gilgamesh teaches us about Mesopotamian civilization. It tells us people believed in many gods. It describes great cities like Uruk. It shows kings protecting their people. It explores friendship, love, fear, death, and humanity's search for immortality. The stories also reveal trade, writing, forests, floods, temples, wars, daily life. That's why historians considered literature an important historical source. Remember, stories don't just entertain, they preserve civilizations. So, friends, today we covered all the NCERT questions of Chapter 1, Writing and City Life in a simple and memorable. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to learn beyond your limit. Keep learning, keep growing, and I will see you in the next chapter. Until then, take care and happy studying.